Great. So I think we have the required attendees here. So we probably can start. Great. So again, guys, welcome back to our trainings. Today's training is really unique. It's the extension of what we've been doing for a while. Hello, Nadir. So it's the extension of what we've been doing for a while, promoting open networking. And this is a training session where one of the leaders of open networking, manufacturing open networking equipment, Asterfusion, is joining us today to provide us with insights and some even hands-on experience on their products and their Sonic version of that they use, the Sonic, which is the open networking operating system. There is lots of fun today that would like you to enjoy. I personally believe that open networking is the future of networking, and it is the future because of how it disaggregates the hardware from the software that runs on top of it. So the hardware itself, the switch itself, the router itself is disaggregated from the piece of software that runs on it. And this opens a huge potential for development. It fixes lots of logistics problems and everything. So today we're joined with two brilliant engineers and people from Asterfusion. So we have Sean and we have Ivy. And guys, thank you so much for being with us. I know it's very late for you, and yet you're committed to our region. You want to run this presentation and this training. And I'm joined with my colleague from Distilogix business development team, my colleague Nadir too. So I'm not going to take long. I'll pass it now to Sean, and so that he can start the presentation. Please, guys, make it interactive. We would like you to ask questions so that you can learn. You can ask questions in chat, and you can ask questions in the questions and answers that Zoom provides at the bottom of your screen. So thank you so much. Sean, to you, please.
Okay, thank you. My colleague Ravi will share the screen and I will start my presentation.
Please. Hi everyone. This is Ivy from Asterfusion. So first, please allow me to introduce my colleague Sean. Sean was from Huawei, Saudi Arabia, and he worked there for 2 years, and he was as product manager of data communication and was involved in some projects like in STC and the Real Bank and also mobile, right? So he's very experienced, and also he speaks very good English.
Great.
Yeah.
So he knows the region very well. There is some echo, a bit of echo, Ivy, in your audio, but I think it will be okay.
Oh,
some
sorry.
echo, like a static echo, but it's okay.
Sorry, because we just opened from the COVID-19. Yeah. And many people was infected already. And Sean is coughing. I'm afraid of this. So,
You will be okay.
I hope so.
Okay, this is Sean from Asterfusion, and today I will take this presentation for you to make an introduction about our company and our open networking products and solutions. Today, our topic, we will have we'll have 4 topics. The first is our company Asterfusion introduction. And the second one is our network OS, Astronaut introduction. And then we will come to our cloud network products introduction. And at last, I will share some solutions we can provide to our partners and the customers.
And here's a tip, guys. Pay attention to what Sean is saying, because there will be a game at the end of this training session. We use an online tool that's called Kahoot for a quiz, and whoever wins that quiz by scoring the highest will win a great prize of iPhone 14 Pro. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay. Asterfusion was founded in 2017, and now we have offices in 5 cities in China. We want to provide cloud networks with full-stack open networking components, like network operating system software, bare metal switch hardware, and software and hardware integrated solutions. Now we have over 180 employees, including 75% development engineers. So we can provide our customers very good support. We are now working with many Chinese customers like next page. Like no?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see the presentation. Yeah, we see the slide.
Yeah,
We
but
see-
it's okay.
I
Maybe
suck.
there is a
was-
latency.
I like, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lag, yeah.
Yeah. We are now working with many Chinese customers like Alibaba, China Telecom, China Mobile, China Unicom, etc. We started overseas business last year, and now we are looking for some new partners. Now we already have partners in US and some partners in Europe, and now we are developing more. Okay, let's continue. This page shows our product portfolio. At the bottom right, you can see we have various hardware platforms, like different fixed box switches, chassis, and some network interface cards. At the left side is our network operating system, Asternos, which is based on Sonic. And the cloud network controller, Asteria Fabric Controller, we call it AFC. Based on the hardware and the software, we have different product lines like Cloud Fabric, Campus Access, Packet Broker, some programmable bare metal, and some DPU appliance. As I mentioned, Asternos is based on Sonic. Sonic is an open source project funded by Microsoft. It uses SAI, which stands for Switch Abstract Interface, to provide unified API of chips from different vendors so that the developers can develop applications without caring about the hardware architecture. Microsoft has already deployed Sonic in their own production data centers. In the left side shows the main contributors of Sonic community. We can see some device vendors like Cisco and Juniper and Arista, and also some cloud service provider like Alibaba and eBay. Asterfusion is also one of the main contributors. In the Gartner Market Guide in 2021, it predicts that by 2025, 40% of organizations that operate large data center networks will run Sonic in their production environments. And Sonic will become analogous to Linux as a server OS. Asternos is an enterprise distribution of Sonic. It uses Oni for automatical installation and interacts with underlying chips through SAI. Asternos developed various enhanced functions based on Sonic and solved some usability issues of community version. Based on such an open architecture, we have opened up the container environment of the entire network operating system, and some of the customers' existing operation and maintenance tools and applications can be containerized to run inside Asternos. Also, some DevOps tools based on Ansible or Netconf can be easily deployed in the containers, which can improve the efficiency of customer operation of the entire network. The network capabilities we mentioned above, Astronauts can all be opened out through REST APIs. And the upper layer, whether it is Asterfusion's controller, third-party controller, or cloud operating system, can achieve program-based automatic operation and maintenance through these REST APIs. This is an overall introduction of Astronauts, and we can see what we have done based on Sonic and the benefits that can be brought by doing so. Let's take a closer look. One of the biggest changes of Astronauts compared to traditional network operating systems is functional containerization. Different software modules are isolated in each container so that the development of each module is completely decoupled. Compared with the integrated software of traditional networking OS, such decoupling can allow each module to be compiled and debugged independently, improve the development efficiency of new functions, and ensure that the faults between containers will not affect each other, ensuring the overall stability of the operating system. The second change is event-driven interaction. We use a Redis database to store the data of each container module and their running state. And each container module only interacts with Redis DB. The interaction between containers is achieved through the Redis subscription events. And when an event occurs, Redis will notify each module that subscribes to the event to trigger the corresponding event processing logic. This greatly introduces the complexity of the system and simplifies the difficulty of operation and maintenance, such as the backup of the system configuration. We only need to back up the data in Redis and restore it on another device. The process of hot switchover of two devices can also be realized through the backup of the database. Astronauts also provides a complete software development environment in the open source ecosystem. Based on the standard Linux kernel, we can have a variety of software to use. For example, the FR routing shown in the figure is an open source routing protocol software set. And the BGP capabilities we use in our devices are actually provided by this FRR deployed in Astronauts. This page is an extension of the high stability architecture we mentioned earlier. Astronauts has added some stability guarantee mechanisms in the process of transforming the availability and the reliability of Sonic. For example, the monitoring module that can be seen in the figure, it will monitor the status of underlying switch chip or software module in real time. And once a fault occurs, it will isolate or bypass the corresponding software module to avoid affecting the normal operation of other modules. Such a mechanism can minimize the impact on the stability of the whole device in the process of service upgrade, addition and deletion, and fault repair. Astronauts open system architecture can be explained from the following four aspects. First, as we mentioned, through the easy-to-use REST API, it can be easily managed by third-party cloud platforms or controllers. For users with development ability, we also provide a full set of software development kits. so that users can add new business programs very conveniently. Astronaut adopts the standard Linux kernel, supports shell-level access to system resources, and can adapt to various open source management tools to meet the needs of network engineering and operation. From the aspect of underlying hardware, astronauts can meet the adaptation of different ASIC chips through the standard SI interface. And the same system can be seamlessly connected on different standard hardware platforms. As a complete network operating system, Astronaut provides rich network features at layer 2 and 3, including network virtualization, queues, and other commonly used functions. It is worth mentioning that in terms of operation and maintenance, Astronaut has developed a Cisco-style command line based on the original Linux or Python-style command line. This one I can show you later when we log in the device. Because for customers from all walks of life, open networks certainly have their advantages, but most of the customers' network engineers and operation and maintenance engineers have the skills of traditional equipment, Cisco style and Huawei style command lines. As we know, Astronaut is based on the Linux kernel. So before we only provide Linux style or Python style command lines directly to the customers. This increased the development difficulty and operation and maintenance costs for customers. We faced similar problems when we were delivering some projects, and by providing the Cisco command lines based on this Kalish CLI function, we solved such problems effectively. This is also a good example of Asterfusion's continuous investment in the open network field.
If you allow me, Sean, here, there are some gentlemen like Faisal and Osman. They want to ask questions, but please, yeah, you can have questions for now, guys, because you're raising your hands. You can type them here in the chat, and we will respond to that. And later on, we will do more engagement. So we'll allow you to talk to the presenters, but because they have to finish the presentation first. But if you have questions that you want to answer for now, please type them in the chat or the questions and answers, please. Please proceed. Thank you.
Okay, so I will continue first.
Yes, please proceed. Proceed.
Okay. Because of the openness of the Sonic architecture and the SI interface, Astronaut also has super platform adaptability and can run on different hardware platforms based on a variety of commercial chips, including some third-party commercial switches and ARM-based smart network interface cards and DPU modules. If the customer has such kind of requirement, he wants to use different hardware in different regions of the data center, but also wants a unified operating system to operate and manage. It can also be achieved by using Astronauts. As an enterprise distribution of Sonic, Astronauts is based on the Sonic Community Edition and gradually evolved under the long-term exploration of different scenarios and different customer requirements. We can see that the ARP2 host, OSPF, and Cisco-style command line in the data center scenario, as well as voice VLAN, Q&Q, and some other features in campus scenario, are all driven by the scenarios and the customer requirements. We are ahead of the community version. Generally, Astronauts is based on the Linux kernel through event-driven and extensible publish subscribe communication mechanism, and provides a complete northbound interface, which is more in line with the open network requirements of customers in future cloud networks than traditional closed network operating system. In open networking,
if you allow me here, Sean, I want to add a comment because maybe some of our audience are not aware of what Sonic is. So guys, as I said to you, with open networking, what the industry is doing today is disaggregating the hardware, the actual hardware of the switch, where you have the port, the power supply, and the motherboard, and all of the ASICs, from the software that runs it. Like with Cisco, you get the piece of switch with the software that runs on it, and you cannot disaggregate them. There is no way for you to disaggregate them. With open networking, there is this disaggregation. They're disconnected, which means that you can install it the way you want, exactly like you would format your laptop and install whatever operating system on it. It's the same thing that you can do. That's why Sonic is introduced as the new Linux for networking equipment. That's one. The second thing is Sonic is a huge thing today. And as Sean mentioned in the beginning, as an operating system, as a network operating system where you can use to configure routing protocols, VLANs, quality of service, everything that you can do with networking, Sonic is huge today. Gartner is expecting that most enterprises will be using Sonic as their operating system. And guess what? Do you think any of the super scalers are using today Cisco or Juniper or Extreme switches? Do you think Google Cloud is based on that? Do you think Microsoft Azure is based on that? Do you think AWS is based on that? Or do you think Alibaba is based on closed box, black box equipment such as Cisco, Extreme, or Juniper or other players in the market? No. They all use white boxes, which is open networking in general. Hardware that is disaggregated from the software, and the biggest software that runs in those is Sonic. Sonic was introduced by Microsoft long time ago, and the name even is like software for network operating system in the cloud. That's what IC is, in cloud. So it was developed for cloud capabilities. And that's why you see now manufacturers such as Asterfusion, they have the best latency in the industry because they're built for super scalers, and it makes a huge difference. 2 weeks ago, Microsoft purchased a fiber networking maker, like a fiber cables maker. I think it's called Luminisa or something like that, that has that reduces latency by 1/3. You see how important latency it is? It reduces the amount of the fiber the light needs to transport across the fiber cable by 1/3, saving 30% of time of communication between these devices, which means enhancing the performance of the equipment. Latency is a huge thing, and so on. So, and in general, Sonic and the version developed by Asterfusion or anyone else, they support everything you know about networking. VLANs, DHCP, I think someone is asking about DHCP. Everything you know about networking is there already in the Sonic version. There is a community version, and there is a version that was enhanced by Asterfusion, especially for the command lines to look like the Cisco command lines, so that if you are trained by Cisco, it will be easy for you to follow on with these commands. I just wanted to clarify this, Sean, apologies. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Mohad. Okay, I will continue my presentation. Okay. In open networking industry, maybe H-Core is a more familiar name. Here, I listed some software comparison with H-Core. We can see that, especially in campus scenario, some important features like voice VLAN, DHCP snooping, dynamic ARP inspection, we call DI, and some authentication features like .1x and some secret features like port isolation. Asterfusion now has a better practice than Edgecore because now they are more prefer to working in the data center area. The next few pages show Asterfusion data center and campus network products. The data center switches we called Cloud Fabric product line currently has 5 different models in with 48 25G downlink, 32 100G, 64 100G, 64 200G, and 32 400G switches. The switching capacity is from 2 Tbps to 12.8 Tbps. CXN series switches are using Marvell Teralynx switch chip for ultra-low latency, and they can support in-band telemetry for better monitoring and maintenance experience. The naming of our switches is also easy to understand and remember. The first digit stands for the performance or the positioning of the device. A bigger number means a higher performance. The next 2 digits stands for the number of interfaces, and the letter attached stands for the interface rate. Y means 25G, P means 100G, D means 200G, and Q stands for 400G. If the switch has different rate of interfaces, it will come with a hyphen, like here, 48Y. And the last letter stands for the series of the switch. N stands for data center, and M stands for campus. Our campus access switch product line now has 11 models. They can cover most of scenarios like GE access, PoE access, 10G fiber access, and some 220 millimeter depth for the compact size of cabinets. They support virtualization features like VXLAN and BGP EVPN for multi-tenant requirement, security features like MACsec, and we can also customize special processing logics for some individualized customers' requirements. In WLAN area, now we have 2 Wi-Fi 6 products for indoor and outdoor scenario. The overall wireless access rate can reach up to 1.774 Gbps in single device. In our campus network solution, I will introduce later, they can provide lossless mobility in FAT mode. I made a simple comparison between Asterfusion and Cisco and Aruba products. Frankly speaking, we are not working in, now we are working in open network industry, so they are not our main competitors. This comparison is more like a reference for you. When you want to use any Cisco or Aruba devices in a project, it can show you that Asterfusion has these models of devices as an alternative. Here we can see our CXN series, the competitors to Cisco Nexus 9200 and 300 series. And in access layer, we compared with Cisco C 9000 and 300 series. Here just for a glance. And the 10G fiber access switches is compared with Cisco C9500 series. Aruba, for Aruba access points, we compared with the indoor model Aruba AP 505 and the outdoor model 565.
Sean,
Okay,
if you allow me, Sean.
Yes.
Mr. Mayo is asking about whether the Aster NOS is available as a virtual appliance And the reason, because he wants to use it in a network simulation, like such as GNS3 or any packet tracer, to simulate a network. So would it be installed as a virtual machine for testing and training purposes?
Currently, we don't have, because frankly speaking, now we are still startup companies. We cannot, like to pay for the development of the virtual machine version of Asternos. But maybe in the future we will have, and some like training course or some certifications like this.
Yes.
I believe maybe in two or 3 years later we'll have this kind of.
Yeah, you guys remember
development.
the company was established only in 2017. So by the time they finished development of their hardware and software, so they're still working for and further development. But from hardware point of view and the software that runs on their hardware, it is ready 100%. And as he said, Alibaba is using it. So you can imagine if a super scaler like that uses their products, how good they are.
Okay, I will continue.
Yes, please.
Let's come to some our cloud network solutions. This page shows a private cloud solution carried by CXN. In the leaf layer, we generally use CX308P40YN as VTAP equipment and enable MCLAG, ARP proxy, and ARP2host root functions to achieve server aggregation, dual uplink redundant load balance, and run MPBGP EVPN protocol for VXLAN tunnel negotiation between VTAPs. Automatically establish and synchronize ARP and routing information. Spine layer, generally we use 532 or 564 devices to meet the forwarding requirements of high-density port aggregation. And access devices are fully interconnected to form a closed networking architecture. Spine layer as a route reflector is responsible for overlay routing reflection and forwarding of underlaid data traffic. The spine leaf of the whole network provides an atomic level API to the AFC controller, and AFC provides an open northbound interface to connect with the cloud management platform, which can realize the unified and simplified management of computing and network resources on the cloud management platform. In public cloud scenarios, there are more diverse architectures and business models compared with the private cloud. There are host overlay, network overlay, different service clusters, and development methods. CXN switches can also play their high performance, low latency, and visibility characteristics to support various public cloud architectures and services. And this one I will not expand on here. The next slide is a typical business convergence scenario. General computing, storage, and high-performance computing run in the same network. In the scenario of multi-service convergence, Asterfusion has launched a converged enhanced Ethernet solution with CXN to solve the service quality problem of forwarding different types of service traffic on Ethernet. For example, storage traffic requires lossless network, and high-performance computing traffic requires lossless and low latency. The technical basis of this solution is that the CXN switches have a minimum 400 nanoseconds port-to-port forwarding latency and can reach the same latency from 10G interfaces to 400G interfaces. Meanwhile, CXN switches support point-to-point and end-to-end data center queues features, such as PFC, ECN, ETS, which can monitor and manage each traffic queue level of the device port, then allocate reasonable bandwidth for each service. Cooperating with smart network interface cards like Mellanox Connect X series, we can realize the overall Rocky V2 solution, which is applied in service convergence scenarios such as distributed storage and high performance computing as an alternative of infinite band network is too expensive. The last solution is Asterfusion.
Excuse me, just before we pass this to the next slide.
Okay.
You are on mute, Nadir, I think. Sorry.
Hi, sorry. Can you hear me now, Sheen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I think we have a good question from Mr. Precious. You would like to know which security standards are we compliant with as Asterfusion?
Security standards, you mean like some international certificate or something like CE or like CE certificate or something? Because I'm not sure this question maybe is general.
Yeah, it is general, but I think they're referring to what you can do to protect using the configuration of Asterfusion, like for example, MAC filtering, any traffic, I don't know, monitoring or stuff like that. What can you do to level up the security of your network using Asterfusion? And in general, guys, remember, this is a networking operating system, so it's not a firewall. But yes, there are some security practices, cyber security practices there. Yeah. I'll leave it to you, Sean. Yeah.
Okay. And the last solution I want to introduce is Asterfusion cloud-based campus network solution. In campus scenario, we choose to abandon the traditional layer 2 architecture, but use all layer 3 spine leaf architecture, just like what we have done in data center. It can solve many problems in layer 2 networks, such as broadcast storm and Ethernet loop. Distributed gateways are deployed in each necessary leaf, so that the terminals have no perception of the difference between our network and the traditional network. In high availability aspect, ECMP is used to replace the stack feature, which can build a more extensible network. As we mentioned, distributed gateway is deployed. So when roaming happens in wireless terminals, they will establish a connection with a new gateway, then disconnect from the former one without any packet loss. Nowadays, more and more vendors are now trying to bring data center architecture to campus network. And this solution, I believe, is a practice of Asterfusion. Maybe there is still a long way to go. We are glad to grow up with our customers and partners together. That's all of my presentation today. And if you have any questions, we can discuss now or just send me email. My email is here for some further communication. Later, I will show some demo cases of our devices. And currently, we already have 5 devices. There are 2 pieces of CXN and 3 pieces of CXM in our laboratory. But now I'm applying the jump server access and the VPN privilege. After the test, I will share it to you. Forgive me, there are only 5 accounts. Maybe not all of you can log in the same time. There are 5 accounts, but later I will write a document about how to use the VPN and how to log in our jump server and how to access the devices. And I will ask our R&D team to provide a user manual or CLI guidance for the devices.
Yeah, I want to also add another point here, because Precious is asking again of specific standards to follow. So Precious, those NIST or HIPAA or others, those are guidelines to follow when you perform your daily operations. So Asterfusion is, as an organization, is definitely secure, because this is how they keep their code and they keep the security of their operations. But as a configuration, from configuration point of view, you can do MAC filtering. You can do it works well with NAC, network admission control devices. It works if you want to connect it to a packet broker, for example. Actually, they themselves, they manufacture a packet broker. So if you want to connect it to a packet broker and sniff the traffic so that you can extract the cybersecurity metadata from it, and then analyze it using an NDR, like network detection and response platform, or NTA, then you can do that. All of that is provided by Asterfusion, hardware and software. But when it comes to NIST, to ISO, all of that, these are guidelines to follow, and the company itself is a secure company. Yeah. So I'll get it back to you, Sean. So what Sean will be doing now is he will provide us with details on how to connect. It will be great if you can share the console also, Sean, so that people can see the
yes, 1 minute here
to start the hands-on experience. Yeah.
Currently the device is installed in our lab. I can access here, and sorry. Okay, this is our how to say CLI interface, and you can see it's just like actually it's not like how to say a traditional like Cisco or Huawei command line. Mostly we will use some pseudo command lines to just as what we do in the Linux server. Here, if we use sudo sonic CLI, and it will go into the Cisco mode. You can go to the config view.
So the moment you move to the Sonic interface using the command sudo sonic CLI, that's where you can run the Cisco-like commands, the stuff that you're used to. Like you can shut down a port, you can run a routing protocol, like run routing protocols, no matter what it is, or OpenSP, BGP, or any of those routing protocols. You can configure VLANs on this port, exactly the same syntax of commands that you used in your training, in your CCNA training or CCNP training. Yeah.
Yeah, here we can just type
yes,
to see the command lines, like show,
yeah,
show, running.
Yeah. And I think
yeah, I want to apologize for that, because I'm the pre-sales engineer. I'm also not very familiar with the command line.
Yeah, it's okay.
And today I will introduce it instead of some videos.
Yes.
And yeah, and later I will ask our R&D to share our user guidance and user manual or something like this.
Yeah, sure. And if you noticed, especially Precious, you've seen the commands like access list, and those are like cybersecurity related commands on the. If there is an audio, Sean, is there audio with these videos?
Yes. Oh, yeah, you mean the audio?
You have to share the audio. You have to share
yes,
the audio.
but yeah. Let me see. I will stop
can
this
I
here
can share,
and
I can share them from my side if you want to share the audio to people. Yeah.
no problem. I just share it.
You just need to go to the options and
Yes, I just close it and open it again.
Yes, good.
But there is no explanation, just some music.
Okay. No.
So here is the VLAN operations. The first the explanation of the terms, and it will show the network topology. Maybe it's not so clear. Yeah, you can see here the video is using the Linux style command line to do the configuration. Here you sudo config VLAN add 100 and show that we can see the VLAN already created. Just something like this.
There is a way to zoom it. The commands are like the font is too small. I don't know if you can zoom out.
You mean
Zoom in. Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to zoom in.
I'm afraid I cannot zoom it out.
That's okay. So, but you can see like config VLAN. If you've done any Cisco training, config VLAN, then you add the VLAN ID and you continue. As you can see, that this is the table of VLANs. So.
Yes, these videos we already shared in the shared, and maybe Mr. Mahadi can put it in the shared folder for everyone to.
Yeah. The video, yeah, video was shared, and I'll add the link again, so you can watch the videos anytime. Let me add the link again in the chat. The same videos, those training videos were added. Let me go down there. So here is the link.
Yeah, add the port to the VLAN.
So you remember these commands from Cisco config VLAN add 100. Lag is to do grouping. So it's a kind of replacement to stacking concepts. It allows you to do logical grouping of multiple ports. So for example, it replaces the ether channel concept. And again, Ethernet is just Ethernet 2 is just a port. So you're removing that port from the VLAN that was configured previously, VLAN 100. So from the main command of config VLAN, then you do lots of things exactly like you do with Cisco. So you can delete and you can add, you can create a new VLAN. Adding IP addresses to the VLAN. So again, it's the config interface, exactly the same syntax you got from Cisco. Config interface, then IP, then you continue with the details of the command, like add or anything else. Same syntax. Show command, similar to Cisco. Show command, you know how great that command is. Okay, Faisal, we'll be sharing that by email. Sure that I saved.
Yeah, the video itself, I think it's long, and we already shared it, and later I can watch it by yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and another thing is that I want to show you how to log in, how to hide this. Okay. Sorry. Firstly, I will share you a software like WireGuard as a VPN client, and sorry, it's a Chinese version. And I will share you some configuration files. You just need to load the configuration file and connect it to the VPN, and then you can reach our jump server interface. 1 minute.
Because you need the VPN connection to connect to that demo environment.
Yes, here. I will later write a document for this, and I will created this Distilogix 1 to 5, totally 5 accounts. Here you can switch the language from the Chinese to English, and then log in. And here you can see the targets, and if you click my assets, you can see all the devices we can reach. Currently is from 32 to 36. 32 and 33 are CXM data center switches, and from 34 to 36 are CXM data campus switches. Here we click this one, and we can enter the command line. That's it.
Yeah. So the interface to the demo is that jump server, and the jump server requires a VPN connection. We were
yes,
as
exactly.
Sean mentioned, the demo environment was created specifically for the trainees here in this training. So it allows 5 simultaneous connections, 5. So we will be sharing a document later on details of how to establish that VPN connection and how to reach to the jump server. And as I said to you, it allows 5 people at the same time. So if you try to connect, then it doesn't connect you. It means that 5 other people are using it. And as you can see from there are 6, I think 6 or 5, Sean, 5 switches. There are 5 switches. 2 of them are data center switches, and 3 of them are campus switches, like fixed configuration switches. So if you want to connect to the data center switch, you just click next to it, and then it will immediately take you to the command line interface, to the terminal interface. And from the terminal interface, you can run all the commands that you know from Cisco. So try to remember what kind of commands you want to do. Like you want to create a VLAN on that campus switch, or you want to create a lag, which is like a logical grouping of multiple Ethernet ports up to the data center switch, so that you can bring multiple 100 gig or 1000 gig connections all together going to the data center switch, and so on. And Precious, you can try those like cybersecurity commands like access control, MAC filtering, and those commands that you can deploy to enhance cybersecurity of your configuration. But again, remember, this is not a firewall, so it does a certain level of security, but other than that, you need a cybersecurity control on top of it. And as I said to you, it allows you to connect to a broker, or do you remember the spanning tree when we used to have those traffic sniffers, and you connect it to the port of the switch, the spanning tree, to mirror the traffic, so that we can have a copy of every packet that passes, transports that switch. We take a copy of it for analysis purposes. It allows also that. And the nice thing is that Asterfusion themselves, they make those products. They make really good packet brokers, like comparable to Exia and Gigamon, and the ones that you probably have tried before. Good. If you've done some Cisco configuration before, can you mention that in the chat? Let's see if some people are aware of this command line. Have you done any training related to Cisco? Abdulaziz, okay. Sally, okay. Good. I don't know if we can. Okay, good. So Precious. Yeah, it looks like Cisco. Oh, many people have done Cisco before. Gosh. That's why Cisco is so aggressive in academy and everything. They teach everyone their way.
Yes, it's really a giant.
Okay. I don't know if Sean, if you want to give one of them, since they've done it, those guys that they know the commands. I don't know if we can give them the access now, or they have to, but they have to build their VPN, right?
Yeah, currently the VPN is still under test. After test, I will share the VPN configuration.
Okay, then guys, I was hoping that I would give you access to them now, so that you try those commands that you're used to. But unfortunately, we have to prepare that access document that will be shared with you later, so that you can access it anytime later. Like, how long will you keep it on, Sean? Like, for how many weeks for them to try it?
I applied it for, let me see, it's I remember it's 1 month.
1 month, okay. So
yes,
1 month from now, the same demo environment will be open for you to try and test and configure and like find out what can be done. Remember, from the main, if you want to connect using a hyper terminal, you have to start with a sudo command, because you need that sudo access to be able to switch to the Sonic interface, which is a Cisco-like interface. Just remember, the only difference is that sudo command to give you that admin privilege.
But after we type in sudo Sonic CLI,
that's
CLI, it. Yeah. It's more like Cisco.
Now it's Cisco.
After that, even no need any sudo.
Yeah,
that's it.
Just sudo to access the Sonic CLI, which is the one similar to Cisco. And then always also, this training is recorded, and we will upload it on our YouTube channel, so you can refer back to it again in case you want to go back to any of these commands or any of these tips. Okay, and always also Sean will share a detailed document to how to connect and what you can do up to the level where you can reach to the Sonic CLI interface. Then it is Cisco. Yeah, we will not write anything after that. It's everything you know about Cisco again. Show, configure, whatever commands that you're aware of, debug, all the commands that you've done before. Okay. Dr. Ali is asking, did it has any high availability configuration like HSRP? Of course, yes. I'll give it to you, Sean. But yes, Dr. Ali, all of that. With the modern networking topology today, especially with open networking, what we do now is we do spine leaf architectures now. And with the spine leaf architectures, like if you have a spine, like two devices as your core switches to be the spine, we don't have that three-tier topology, that old type of topology that doesn't work anymore, latency and all troubles. So we do spine leaf. And with the spine, for example, if you want to connect them, like you have a 100 gig or 40 gig connection, dual connection between them, you can group them using MLAG and all of that, which gives you that high availability and heartbeat checks. And again, exactly the same stuff you are used to, exactly the same stuff. I'm not sure if you want to add anything about high availability, Sean.
Sorry.
If you want to add anything about high availability, because Dr. Ali is asking about high availability configuration.
Currently maybe this question is too detailed for me. After I share the using guide, guidance, you can see all the command lines.
All the commands, yeah. So if you're looking for commands, Dr. Ali, you will get them in Sean's document.
Yeah, latest tomorrow, I will ask our R&D for the guidance.
For the guidance, okay. The maximum number, Dr. Ali is also asking about the maximum number of backbones to group in one MLAG or MHSRP.
I have to say sorry because currently we don't have our R&D technical engineers with me, and this one I can record and answer you after I confirmed with our R&D. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's too detailed.
Yes. Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
I totally understand.
Yeah, understood. It's okay. Type. Yeah. Anything remaining from the command line interface that you want people to know, Sean?
Yeah, for me it's already finished, and we can move to the most exciting
part. Yes, that's what I was waiting for. So before we move to the quiz, I'll just remind you guys. So what Asterfusion does is that they manufacture white switches, every kind of range you can think of. And when I say white switches, it means the hardware. And the hardware that comes either with 100 gig ports, 40 gig ports, 10 gig ports, 1 gig ports, multiple combinations that you can use as a data center switch or as a campus and access switch, whatever they are. So they have a huge list of products that you can use from hardware point of view. I mean, from port capacity, port availability, and everything. That's one. And those switches, they come with the open networking ONI. ONI allows the hardware, the white switch, to take an operating system, to install an operating system. So they all come equipped with ONI, and then you can use the Asterfusion Sonic to install on top of these switches so that you can run the command line interface that you've just seen like minutes ago. That's one thing I wanted to remind you about. The second thing I wanted to remind you about is that open networking is an absolutely different culture when it comes to what we call black box networking. The Ciscos, the Junipers, and everyone there, they give you the hardware hooked up with the software. You don't know what's happening, and you're locked in to them. If you want to expand, it's not an easy job to expand and move with a new vendor. With open networking, that flexibility is available, and this fixes the problem that we face today related to logistics. There is a huge delivery problem in the world today. Some manufacturers, it takes them 9 months, and I've seen one of them that took them 1 year, 12 months to deliver hardware to their customers. So when you have the openness and the flexibility to mix multiple products, then you can avoid that delivery problem. Like if you go to the market, try to buy an HP laptop, but you cannot find it, you buy the Dell laptop, because in the end, what matters is the operating system that sits on top of it. That's point number 2. Now, going back to the fun part, which is our online quiz game. But I need you to stop sharing, Sean. I need to take that control now.
I already stopped sharing.
Oh, you did stop sharing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
I already should
I
stop.
thought you did. Okay, no issues. But so what we will do, is we will use a tool, a platform called Kahoot. I'll show you now how it looks like. So this is the Kahoot platform that we will use for our online exam. What I want you to do, please, is download the app. Download the app from your app store, regardless what that app store is. Could be Android or iOS, whatever. You will find it there. Go search for Kahoot and download it. When you download the app, installing it doesn't require a lot. It's just next. It doesn't require you to register. It doesn't need to do anything. If it asks you whether you're using it for like a team play or a personal use, just select personal use until you get to this app interface. So this is the Kahoot app interface. This is how it looks like when you install it and have it configured. What I will do is that I will wait for a minute for everyone to download their Kahoot app. And then we will move ahead with Abdullah is asking, can we use the website? Abdullah, what will happen is that you will see my questions on your screen. You will see the questions on the screen. I will share the questions with you on the screen. And for me, the easiest way is to have your mobile phone so that you can select the correct answer. So you see the question. If the correct answer is in the is the red button, so you click on the red button. If the correct answer is the green button, then you click on the green button. My advice, yes, you can use the web, but I don't want you to keep switching between answering the questions and reading the questions. The piece of advice I would give you is look at my screen, read the question, keep your phone in your hand so that you can answer fast. Why do you need to answer fast? Because winning is a function of how fast you are. To win, you need to collect the highest number of points. And to get the highest number of points, you need to have a correct answer faster than everyone else. And in the end, we will have one winner. We will have one winner. And you will reach, once you get to this interface, you need this small box at the bottom of your mobile phone screen, these colorful squares. You need to click on those, and then it will ask you for a game PIN number, which I will share in a minute. So it will ask you for a game PIN number. You enter the PIN number and you're there. And the moment we start the quiz, you will be able to answer the questions, okay? So again, I said, I'll wait for a minute. Please, if you manage to install the Kahoot app, or Mr. Abdullah, if you want to use the website, it's up to you. I think it's faster to use it on your phone, but it's up to you. Please tell me that you're done with the installation. Good. I see some people. Yeah, good. We've got people done with the installation. Nice. Yeah, you need the PIN. PIN is enough. You don't need to log in. Just the PIN number, which I will share in a minute. We will have 10 questions, and these questions are multi-choice questions. So there is only one single correct answer and 3 wrong answers. Read the question, please, carefully. Sometimes it asks you about what's correct. Sometimes asks you about what's false. So pay attention to the question. And please remember that there is only one winner, and you have to be faster than everyone else in selecting the correct answer. So I think we're good. Let me start. Okay. I will share now, and you will see on the screen the PIN number of that game. And we will wait also for a minute for you to be able to join the game. Joining the game only requires you to enter the PIN number. Write your name, please, in a clear way so that we can recognize you later if you win. And in the end, in all ways, even if we get confused about the names, we will be communicating by email. Oh, nice. I see people jumping in. Guys, you're on fire. You're hot. Got 27 people. I'll give it a minute also because I want to give a chance to everyone to get on board. And the last comment is that a reminder that we have 10 questions. These are multi-choice questions. There is only one single correct answer. Please answer faster and select the correct answer to be able to win. Every question is given a minute. So because we want everyone to get the chance, not everyone here is like an English native speaker. Want to give everyone the time to look at the questions and benefit from this quiz. Okay, so we will start. I think we're good. We've got 34 participants, which is an amazing group of people. We will start in 5, 4, 3. Good job, Marwan jumps. So 2, 1, and here we go. All the best. Good. What feature is supported by Aster NOS but not supported by the community version of Sonic? Something that Asterfusion developed on top of the community version. Good, I see question answers coming in. Perfect. You click on the color that relates to the correct answer. "30 seconds to go for the first question." Good, so 14 people got the question correct. 11, they missed it. It's the voice VLAN. And I'm happy that good amount of people got the question correct. That's what, as we said, Asterfusion has added stuff on top of the community Sonic. One of them is the voice VLAN. Let's see who got the highest score. Oh, very good job, Akbar. You got 900 points. And Wahid, I think Ahmed Abdel Wahid, you're next. You're not far. Let's go to the next question and see how things develop. What is the minimum port-to-port latency can CX series, which is the switches, reach? That's a difficult question, man, Sean. But it's good. It shows you how great they're doing with latency. That's why the music is so creepy, because the question is so difficult. Half a minute to go. Ten seconds to go. Oh, amazing job, guys. 17 people got it right. which is 400 nanoseconds. Amazing. Let's see what happened to the score. And Akbar, man, you are on fire. 1900 points. Let's go. Third question, you have enough time to catch up to Akbar. Which database is used in Aster network operating system? That went really clear in one of the slides. Twenty seconds to go. A great thing about open networking is that it allows you to configure those devices, like to have your applications running and develop stuff. Oh, nice job, guys. 13 people got it. Yes, got it right. So let's see again what happened to the score. You see, I told you, Akbar, you're on fire. Even Kahoot agrees with me. 2900s, but Ahmed, you're not so far. You can't catch up. We still have 7 questions, I guess. What is the largest switching capacity that the CXN series provide? And again, because it's a difficult question, music is creepy. But Sean showed that in one slide where he showed all the terabit per second capacity available for those models. 10 seconds to go, and we need 2 more answers. Good job. 15, yes, 12.8 terabytes. Remember that slide where it started, I think, with 2 point something to 12.8 terabyte. Let's see what happened to the score. Good job, Akbar, still leading, but Martin, you're on fire, which means that you've done a huge lap in the number of points that you collected. Good job. If you keep the same pace, you will catch up. You will catch up, Akbar. Good job, man. What is the Q in the CX732? QN stands for. What does that Q stand for? Half a minute to go. We need 1 more answer. Ten seconds to go. We need that final answer. Good. So 17 people got right. 400 gigs. Yep. Then Akbar, you're doing well. Ahmed Muhammad, you're you're the one on fire, and we have Sheshu on fire too. I don't see you here, but it means that you've done a great number of points. You collected a huge number of points at once. But probably next time we'll see you on board. Question number 6, to lose hope, which module is providing BGP, the routing protocol abilities in Aster and OS? 25 seconds, and we need 4 more answers. And again, one good thing about open networking, as I said, it allows you to configure and develop your own platforms on top of it. So it's a good for students if they want to come up with ideas in universities, like graduation projects and everything else. Not many people got it right. 6 people. The FRR. It cannot be the database, of course. The green box. That's the database. Okay. Akbar, you're leading, man. Great job. And Martin, do you remember, Martin, when you did that lab and you were on fire? See how it helps? It put you in 2nd place. So question number 7. Which technology is used in Asterfusion campus solution for high availability? And this answers Dr. Ali's question somehow. Oh, good. Oh, no, not really. Not many people got it right. Only 5 people got it right. Okay. Let's see what happened. Martin, keep pushing, man. Ahmed, good job, Ahmed. Akbar again. I raise my hand, man. Good job. Osman, I think from Sudan, would be happy to see you moving up, man. Be happy to see you moving up. Question number 8, we've got this question and 2 more questions, so there is hope. Which technology is not used in Asterfusion convert enhanced Ethernet solution for data centers? Quality of service. It's not used. Twenty seconds to go. We need 5 answers. Boom. Okay. Well, 9 people got it right. 9 people selected the DCBX, and 9 people said it's ECN. Such a great tie, huh? It's RDMA. That was a difficult question, honestly. I didn't know the answer. I was waiting for you guys to finish. Oh, Akbar Khan, come on, man. Keep pushing, buddy. But again, Ahmed and Martin, you guys are doing well. 2 more questions. So question number 9. What is the highest wireless access point rate that the AP6020 can provide?
It's a very close competition now.
Oh, yeah, it is. It makes it exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like our little final of the World Cup. This is our version.
Yeah, let's see what happens with this World Cup, huh?
Questions are getting harder and harder every question is harder than the last one.
Yeah. But the good thing is that every one of them was in the slides.
And we're getting too many correct responses.
Yes. It makes me happy. It means that people paid attention.
Yes.
And guys, in the end, you will learn this. They're like, oh, perfect job, guys. Well, perfect job. 15 people got it right. Perfect job. Yeah.
Okay, let's see the results.
See what happened. Ahmed, great job, man. Akbar, keep pushing, man. Keep pushing, man. Martin, great job. And Osman, I really want you to push this time.
It's gonna be a split-second competition.
Yeah, the last question. Which model is the
guys.
most suitable to be deployed as leaf? Remember the leaf spine configuration? And again, back to the creepy music. I don't like it when Kahoot does this.
So stressful.
Yeah.
It adds more pressure to it.
Yeah. Almost 20 seconds to go. We need 5 more answers.
The scores are so close to each other. It's probably gonna be a split-second differences between the two.
But it makes a difference. That split second makes a huge difference. Okay. Makes you winner or not a winner. Good. 60 people got it right. Great job, Alec. Amazing job. Now, once I click next, we will get the podium. We will get who got on 3rd place, which is a great achievement, but you are not the winner. And who got in 2nd place, which is an amazing, astonishing achievement, but yet you're not the winner. We need someone to be the 1st place in the spotlight.
And who is it gonna be? And
so 3rd place, Akbar. Akbar, you did an amazing job, man. You did amazing. And Ahmed, you did an amazing job. You were on fire most of the time. Let's see what happened.
The winner is Martin. Congratulations.
Gosh, Martin, you made it, man.
Amazing, man.
You see that boost when you were on fire, which means that you got really, really ahead of people in collecting points. It made it in the end. Come on, man. I think it probably was a few points difference. Amazing job, Martin.
He's happy.
Yeah, of course, he's the winner of our prize.
Congratulations, man.
You're the winner of our prize today, Martin, and you deserved it definitely. So you're the winner of the prize of today's training, which is the iPhone 14 Pro. You deserved it. We're happy that you were here. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this. Thank you for the value that you added to us. And I really cannot find the words to thank Sean and Ivy for joining us today so late, like staying up so late in the office to support our region. And guys, you're awesome. Like the attendees of today's training, you're truly awesome. It wouldn't be successful without you. Let me check if there are remaining questions. I think Osman, you wanted to ask a question because I see you. Like you raised your hand. I can allow you to talk if you want to talk now, if you still want to ask questions. Or you're good, you're done. Did you answer your questions? I think we're good. Then thank you guys. Martin, what I want you to do is, in case it's better for me to be in the safe place, the safe side, let me share my screen again. I want you to send me email to this email. Can you see it? I'll copy it and I'll put it in chat also. So add it to chat to everyone. Martin, just to confirm that you're, I think I can locate you from the names. It's easy, but in case like there is any confusion, please send me email, just reminding me that you are the winner. So that will be easy for me to locate you. The second thing, guys, I found that delivery of iPhone 14 takes now around 2 weeks. I don't know, is it because of the Christmas holidays or because of it's not available or something? So it's going to take some time to deliver it, but we will make sure that you get it, Martin. I hope before the end of the year. I hope so, so that you can celebrate it. Great. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy your night. Ivy and Sean, and enjoy your day, everyone else.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Muhammad.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheen. Thank you, Ivy.
Thank you, guys.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.